Mozzie's one of the Aussie operators in Siege. Still there, Jackie?
Yeah.
Oh my god. What are you currently watching? Are you watching it in live time? You're watching the guitar part now?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm watching the guitar part, which is insane. Look at that.
Yeah, Rocksmith through the Fire and Flames. I'm tempted to like get Rocksmith because I got a MIDI interface. I can play. Oh wait, they're using their foot as well. What the fuck? I didn't realize that.
Now.
No, I didn't notice. That's nuts.
Yeah.
If you also have amazing gameplay segments you captured from our games,
I mean,
oh.
like when you don't have,
Haha, you ready, boys?
To play
all right, guys, it is time for us to
Okay,
wrap up this
alright,
show.
let's go.
Stay tuned for our post-show featuring a deep dive into the world of Assassin's Creed.
I'm sorry, but I'm staying for the post show as well. Oh my god. Right.
Yeah, understandable.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. I practiced on my cinematic movie voice. Okay.
This is Ubisoft. This is Ubisoft. Explore our worlds.
Meet the devs. See the games.
Hey, those roller champions there.
Hi everyone,
Goosebumps.
I'm Neelam Kumar, and I'm very excited to be co-hosting the first Ubisoft Forward with the talented Yusuf Mageed. Today's show is all about getting up close and in-depth with all the exciting games we have in production here at Ubisoft.
I'm Yusuf, but there's no time to waste. So let's head straight for the streets of futuristic London.
Oh,
See what
yes!
the hackers of DedSec are getting into.
Yes!
Messaging over the last few weeks across London are not the work of several people as was originally believed, but the work of an individual. The criminals
Oh, this is not gameplay yet. Oh my lord. Oh, this is fucked.
Authorities recommend not to approach the individual.
First, they came for the foreigners, and I did not speak out, because I was not a foreigner. Then, they came for the protesters, and I did not speak out,
Because I wasn't
because I was
practicing.
not a protester.
Turn the volume up a little bit. Wow, it's fucking balls, man.
Then they came for the journalists, and I did not speak out, because I was not a journalist. And then they came for street artists, but I did not speak out, because I am not a street artist.
I love the art style.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's not gameplay, but it's still awesome to see, you know? Wow. I am so hyped for this game. Oh, I love Watch Dogs. Oh shit. Oh, wow, that's gonna hurt. Oh. Excuse me, that bitch should be dead.
And I realised that eventually they'd come for me, and there would be no one left to speak for me.
When a taxi driver steps up for you. Oh shit! This is the pig's origin story. The pig head guy. That's him, isn't it? I don't know. We don't know anything about him other than he's a mascot, and that he's the narrator for the other trailer.
And there's nothing more debilitating than that.
Oh, never mind. He isn't.
Well, well, well. Welcome to the Resistance. Here's a welcome gift for our new members.
But the disappearance of the criminal...
You could have told me it was a bloody costume party.
Try it on.
The new key suspect has been identified as David Ford,
Ooh.
a 43-year-old London taxi driver. He has no criminal record, but is currently believed to be a terrorist. People have been asked not to approach him. The authorities advise...
Oh, the art style looks all drawn. The weird way they did the nostrils. But that looks awesome.
I'm Clint Hawking.
Clint has been a longtime creative force here at Ubisoft, and now he's bringing this vision to Watch Dogs Legion.
So yeah, what we just saw was an amazing short film by the director Alberto Mielgo
Hold on.
that was inspired by Watch Dogs Legion and looks at the game and the universe and the characters through his incredible artistic vision and visual style.
The city needs a resistance.
Like the film, Watch Dogs Legion tells the story of ordinary heroes setting aside their differences in order to come together as a collective and to fight for a positive change. You can literally recruit and play anyone who you see in the open world. You profile people that are interesting to you, you help them with their problem, you play their origin mission.
Just help me get some closure and I'll do whatever you want.
Sounds like a DedSec problem. Leave it to us.
And that's how you recruit them into your team. And then they become the heroes of the game and the stars of your story.
And what are you doing in my flat? You with Albion?
Please, think more underground.
You with Albion?
I'm tickled, but think more underground.
What, DedSec? Yeah, right, and I'm Che Guevara. You're done.
And they make the story not only, unique to them, but unique to you as the player and personal to you because they're heroes that you've chosen and invested in. What would I say to fans? I guess I'd say, take care of yourselves, stay safe. Welcome to the Resistance.
Please show us some more gameplay.
Yes. Town. A modern metropolis.
Oh.
Built on history
like some
and prosperity. Only took 12,000 years to build it up, and one night to tear it all down.
Oh my god. Listen up. Get all your units to move in and lock down the city.
With London under attack by a mysterious terrorist, the government turns to a private military company called Albion to keep everyone safe. What could possibly go wrong? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Nigel Cass, CEO of Albion. He's kindly stepped up to establish order.
Understand this. I will not allow anyone, not even myself, to jeopardize this.
He will stop at nothing to permanently control the city.
London will be the first city in the world to be made truly safe.
Nigel's not the only opportunist who's taken a liking to this fair city. Meet Mary Kelly, head of the most powerful crime syndicate in London.
Shit.
Be sure and spread the word.
She and her goons are using the dark web to sell everything from party pills to people.
What?
It's scary, I know, but I got to keep tracks on my merchandise, don't I?
You made me a slave.
You do not want to ruffle her feathers. With the city out on its arse, it now falls on you to build a resistance and take back London.
All right, everyone. Faces on, guns out.
Any of the brave Londoners you see walking the streets can be recruited into your team. Like him. Her. Or even her.
There's so much of our iconic
Everyone
characters,
can
I
become
guess.
your next secret weapon.
Who knows?
In our first mission, we need to get some dirt on Nigel Cass, and that means breaking into Albion headquarters inside the Tower of London.
This is so cool.
All the hardy souls you see here are people we have recruited from the streets of London. They all have unique abilities, and you're free to tackle this mission with whoever you like.
Dear God, my eyes. Likely. Zip up, get to work, and let's never talk about this again.
Guys, cock out.
Like everyone in DedSec, Arthur can hack pretty much whatever. But as a construction worker, he has a particular set of tools that make him handy.
Oh my god. Fucking brutal.
He can even call his own cargo drone.
That's actually pretty cool, actually.
When you're not invited. And who needs a regular old gun when you have a bloody nail gun?
Fucking hell.
Come here, you soidoid shitboy.
Oh. Oh, I love the way he holds it. You're not meant to hold a gun like that, but it's a nail gun, so... Fucking hell.
Jesus Christ, what is that thing?
Perhaps we could approach this mission differently. If you'd rather keep your distance, we've got you covered. Amy is a drone expert.
What have we here?
A real tech connoisseur.
Hate spiders, but love this one.
What an adorable creepy crawler.
Here we are.
I love
Let's
it.
class the place up.
A drone expert does have the unique ability to summon their own drone. This little darling is fast and stealthy.
She aimed, she fired, she hit.
I'm reading
I'm
incoming
so
drones.
excited.
She can also hack enemy drones, turning the tide in her favor. And if
That's
you are
so
not
cool.
into direct confrontation, there are more ways than one to get the
God,
job done.
oh my god. Oh, I thought we were going to go professional
Recruiting an
hitman.
Albion officer like Brielle here might be challenging, but it'll get you inside restricted Albion areas.
Don't mind me, just doing recon for a bunch of insurgents.
However, do anything suspicious and she'll probably wind up with a bullet in the back of her head.
You've been approved for entry.
We're missing the human element here. I can get the defense minister on the line right now.
Well, if you feel you must.
I'm so fucking excited. This looks so good. Oh my god.
Criminals running our streets. Illegals.
Obviously the
threatening our
graphics
families.
are not
the
final.
Police commissioner himself. Assassinated by
Still being
terrorists.
worked on.
Well, that seems to be enough evidence. Next up, we're crashing Mary Kelly's organ farming operation and putting a stop to it.
That's good. The buyers expect high quality stuff.
And we need a hard nut for this.
Impairing our frontal lobe again, are we?
Bags, don't disturb me in my natural habitat.
Ed Sheeran.
Say hello to Mickey. The man lives for his team.
No way.
No, it's not. It's not.
And doesn't mind getting his hands dirty.
But yeah, I see what you mean.
Oh, because he's a drunk, the whole camera's all skewy.
Oh, that's so cool.
I realized that. It's very natural because he's just moving it. Oh, fuck.
He does have a slight drinking problem, though. And he's passed out. Ah, well, we'll come back to him. You know what? Let's go with someone a bit more professional.
Totally John Wick in a fucking beanie. Oh yeah, that's 100%
It's
John Wick.
almost crass to call him a hitman.
I want to wind it back because this is going to be hard. Oh yeah, it's deliberately like very Hitman-y music. Okay, so I'm going to find this guy in my game because nothing like a little bit of John Wick to
Some
lighten
might
the
even
mood.
call him an artist.
Oh my god, yes! Oh, that's so cool. I imagine if John Wick had a third-person game, that's what it would be like.
Not bad if I do
That's
say
so fucking hard.
Not everyone in London is a legendary assassin or a super spy, but everyone can be a hero.
Can't hear what you're saying, Ernest, because we're listening to this, so wait until this is over. Hold on.
I fucking...
Oh. Oh.
So get out there. Find
Yeah,
the
what's
best
up?
recruits and build
Just
your
after this
resistance.
chat, and as long as you're asleep now, it's fire. Good night, guys. Hope you have a nice evening.
All good.
It's time
Take care, man.
to take back London.
Jackie, what do you think about Watch Dogs Legion? October 29th. Oh, it's still coming out this year. It's still coming out this year. Oh
Plunging
my
the
god.
player into a living, breathing city, teeming with unique locales and characters, has always been a central pillar of the Watch Dogs series.
I'm
So
so
what goes into
excited.
building those worlds? Here's Amanda Mutt to tell us more.
I wasn't in the one getting John Wick vibes, right?
My
I'm
name's
not
Amanda Munt.
nuts, right?
I'm a level artist on Watch Dogs
That
Legion
guy was just
at Ubisoft
smooth
Toronto.
combat was amazing.
Being a level artist, I think, is the coolest job in video games because we do get the freedom to kind of like pick and choose what little details we want to depict, and we get ample opportunities to tell the stories that we want to tell in the spaces that we're
I
assigned
want
to.
to play it so bad.
I have the capacity to hide things and, you know, like small little Easter eggs. In AC Unity, there was a boat somewhere in the world that was covered in cats. And then it happened again in Watch Dogs 2. And there may or may not be something in London that is a boat filled with cats in some capacity.
Me if I was a game developer.
To go to E3 last year, some of the people that I was showing our demo to were from London. So no matter where I dropped them in the city, they'd go, "Oh my God, this feels like Camden. This, you know, this feels like Southwark. This feels like Westminster." When people are talking about some detail that I've put into the world and they're excited about it, like that feels so good as somebody who, you know, builds these worlds with care. I love it.
Good on you. What a nice chick. Well, no, not Brawlhalla. Really?
And now some news for Brawlhalla fans.
Fine. Just
In
a
just
little
a
bit.
few weeks, you'll be able to battle it out with your favorite legends on iOS and Android devices.
Oh, nice. So it's coming to mobile. That's pretty cool. So it's already crossplay.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
It's basically free to play Smash Bros. So. Yeah, oh, they really give you a lot of options to customize your controls with, so they can make you, yeah, crossplay, yeah. So you can, like, feel comfortable doing it on iOS, nice. Oh yeah, I forgot about Adventure Time. Finn and Jake were in the game now as crossover characters.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, they've been in it for a little while. That Ben 10 has had a crossover as well, and a couple of other Cartoon Network characters.
Whether
Also,
you need a Tom
Rayman
Clancy action
is in
fix
it
on
as
the
well.
go, or want to dive back into one of the most beloved fantasy franchises in gaming, we've got you covered.
What? What's this? What? Might and Magic: Era of Chaos. Oh, it's a mobile game. Damn it. Ugh. Isn't it? It's mobile. Bet. Yeah, it's a mobile game. Yeah. Oh, my neck. Are you still trying on Uplay?
I'm just basically stalking Twitter until people start saying things. And I'm stalking the Ubisoft report.
Sorry about the frame drops here, guys.
Ah.
Yeah, so not only do we get Watch Dogs 2, we get Legion equipment as well. Oh, this is also a mobile game, but I've been playing this for months. Those are siege operators. That's a guy from Rainbow Wildlands. Well, not Rainbow Wildlands, Ghost Recon Wildlands, what am I saying? He's from the Division. It's a big Tom Clancy crossover game for mobile. With characters from a whole bunch of different games, including like Splinter Cell and Siege and...
Contact! Montaigne is down. Request air support. Target northeast rooftop.
Roger. Inbound, danger close.
I need an EMP deployed now.
Sam Fisher! Oh, I can't wait. I really hope a new Splinter Cell's announced.
Get back
reckon yourself.
Considering that's a bad guy working with good guys.
Don't make me regret this.
Elite Squad, yeah. Nice. It's already out. Why are they saying coming soon? It's been out for so long. Huh? What was that?
Speaking of Tom Clancy,
just
it's
sent
been
you a link,
5
JJ.
years since Rainbow Six Siege first launched, and the community has never been stronger. In celebration of this milestone, Ubisoft Montreal has put together a special video to thank all of the amazing players and developers that have helped Siege become the game it is today.
Oh, everything's loading a bit slow. Even your camera. Oh, Siege.
In December 2015, a small team released Rainbow Six Siege.
Nice.
A game built on a strong vision, creativity, competitiveness, and team
Siege.
play.
I really do.
Pour le joueur, le 1er décembre, c'est un début, mais pour nous aussi. Il faut tout de suite s'engager et dire aux joueurs, ce jeu est installé, tu peux t'y installer aussi, et nous serons là.
That original vision was quickly adopted by our
I
passionate
don't know what he
community,
said.
propelling it to a whole
sorry.
new level.
Let's speak French.
I got it! I got it! This is such a special moment, and being at 1 year anniversary of Rainbow Six now, game being stronger than ever, more players today than we had in the past, it means the world to us.
But we also had our share of challenges.
Health that touches upon subjects like matchmaking, connectivity, all those aspects are absolutely critical to the experience
Yeah,
of
they
the
did
player.
Project Health, that's right.
Through it all, we're always driven by you, our community. And together, we grow stronger.
There is no sequel plan, and we're here for the next 10 years, so expect more Rainbow Six in your life for quite some time.
Look at this.
Tous les succès, c'est vraiment le résultat de autant de nous que de vous. Ce jeu
I
il est
should probably
autant
put
le
subtitles
vôtre
on more.
qu'il est le nôtre, nous, l'équipe de développement.
Now 60 million players strong, we're just getting started. From the devs that build the game to the community that plays it, thank you.
The sledge. Awesome. I'm glad they're going so well. Damn.
If you haven't tried it yet, dive into our new Operation Steel Wave update available
Yeah, I need to
now,
get the
and
two
take
new
Ace
ops.
and Malusi out for a
Ace and
spin.
Lucy, yeah.
A few days ago, we introduced
Yeah,
y'all to
boy.
a brand new
Here we go.
multiplayer shooter. Now, it's time to venture into the
Eric's
hyperscape.
mad.
He doesn't have to know. Hold on. Hyperscape, hyperscape. Good shot.
Wait, what was that?
There's a
A
sword.
hack in a hyperscape. That's not supposed to be there. Let me get you all up to speed, okay? About 30 years ago,
There's gonna be a
everything that we
sword
feared about
hack?
our future started to come true. We made some good decisions. We made some bad decisions. Actually, we made a lot of bad decisions. So, here we are. 10 billion souls living in the crush of the megacities. But the people at Prisma changed everything. They gave everyone a way out. The Hyperscape. In the Hyperscape, the biggest draw by far is Crown Rush. This is where anyone can become someone. you get good at Crown Rush, it can change your life. But strange things have been happening lately. Rumors of people getting hurt. Users disappearing from the real world. A darker secret lies at the heart of Hyperscape. And we have to find it.
Cool.
Some of us are searching for a way up. Some of us for a way out. And for others, a new way altogether. That's what brings us to the edge of the future. To the Hyperscape.
Nice.
Roll credits.
Nice.
I'm JC, Creative Director on Hyperscape.
JC's work on Far Cry Primal and multiple Prince of Persia titles has established him as a top creative here at Ubisoft.
For me, what's exciting is we started building it from scratch. Seeing it grow, adding ideas is really cool.
Hello, contender. Welcome to the Hyperscape.
The game takes place in 2054. It's in a future where humanity has grown a little darker. One of the companies there, they are launching what's called the Hyperscape, which is a virtual world and the internet of the future. It's the place where everything converges. Within the virtual world, there is a battle royale that takes place in the virtual city of Neo Arcadia.
So swords are definitely coming.
Then we also introduce a lot of new things. You get the opportunity to do parkour on the rooftops, to go into interiors where it's much more narrow, much more stressful.
That new gun looked
You
like
get
the
to go to the
Ultimator.
landmarks where there's
Like,
more
Titanfall.
opportunities to get cool items, but also more players, so it's a risk-reward
Apex,
kind
I
of
guess.
deal. We introduced the notion of hacks, special abilities that you can pick up on the fly to adapt your tactics. With hacks, you can do things like teleport yourself, you can wrap yourself into a ball and bounce around the battlefield. So a lot of abilities that let you have fun, that are toys that you can play with. And finally, it's made as a spectacle, so all the viewers will be able to interact with the game on different levels through the Twitch extension.
I can't wait to play it some more because it was so
Every few
fun during the
minutes, there's
test.
going to be a vote, and viewers will be able to decide
really do
what
wanna play.
effect they want to affect the whole battle. So things like changing the gravity, infinite ammo, or stuff like that. So players, while this happens, really have to adapt to all kinds of stuff that is happening. So for me, it's really exciting because right now, as we speak, we're launching the open beta, and so it's going to be available for free-to-play for all PC players worldwide. And I really
Right
want
now?
to thank all the players, all
Now?
the streamers, and all
Right
the viewers
now?
who participated in
Did I
tech
hear that
test
right?
and who will participate in the open beta. Here's a short
It's an
glimpse
open
of
beta.
what you can expect.
Okay.
Excuse
Alright.
me.
I'll check the store if it loads up. Alright, hold on. Show us some new hacks. I saw a sword there. Yeah, I keep seeing the sword, that's cool. This is a new melee weapon up, I know. Hell yeah.
Showtime.
That's mine.
Big sword.
Let's show them what I'm made of. Go time.
Oh, what was that? Oh, that's the new ability. You can like boost people up into the air. That's so cool. What other new abilities are there? Oh, there's an Uzi. There's a new SMG. They said that they were planning on adding that. So you got a concuss. There's all the new skins and characters. Oh, there's the Komodo. New weapon. New hack. Free battle pass. Play to PC. Yes! What, now? But Ubisoft Store is currently unavailable. No. July the 12th. Yeah, right now. Right now. It's...
The digital world of the Hyperscape gave our artists and developers incredible freedom when it came to designing characters.
Yeah, we'll have to
Production
wait.
manager
Well,
Anna
at least
Maria
we'll be able
Muska is going to take us behind the scenes of character design.
Shit.
My name is Anna Maria Muska.
That
I'm the
was
production
awesome.
manager for characters and weapons on Hyperscape. We have paid an exceptional amount of detail to our characters. We switch different outfits,
Yeah.
different fashion statements, different tattoos,
They
different
said,
materials
don't worry,
until we
we'll
see
be
them as
giving
real
out the
individuals,
rewards to all of you,
as real
even
people.
if you
So
are
the
unable
second
to
you
log
pick
in
a character,
successfully.
you see
Sit
them
back
in
and
game,
enjoy the show.
you understand what their
That's good.
motivations are and what drives them and what challenges them.
Good,
this
because
was the first lineup
think
of
everyone
characters.
wanted
This is
the
our
fucking-
default base.
the
but
Legion stuff.
Even starting
Yeah.
from the hair down, everything has been meticulously thought of. Would this person actually like this type of outfit? Would this person enjoy the type of tattoos that we're putting on them? Will they actually like to be in this body? Each season, we plan to produce new outfits for these characters. So we're hoping some of our players are gonna see the effort and maybe even correlate some of the accessories to what's gonna happen in the game. We're very excited to see it in people's hands.
Yeah, I was just reading their message. It's good.
As we move into the next generation of gaming, Ubisoft has been working closely with console makers to take advantage of all the extraordinary capabilities these new consoles will offer.
Now we have a special guest to tell us a little more.
Hey everyone, Phil Spencer from Xbox.
Hey.
With Watch Dogs Legion, Ubisoft is supporting smart delivery. So you will get the absolute best version of the game on any version of Xbox you're playing on. On Series X, you'll get to take advantage of the amazing work the team has done with DirectX ray tracing to create an absolutely immersive version of London like you've never seen before. Ubisoft has a unique ability to create immersive worlds, setting a new bar that continues to drive our industry forward. I'm a huge fan of Assassin's Creed. I love the time I've spent exploring the world in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And I can't wait for you to see
I don't know about Odyssey,
gameplay
but yeah.
from Assassin's Creed Valhalla that's coming up now.
Oh, what? Sorry?
All right, we know you've been waiting to hear more about this game since it was announced back in April. And now it's time for a deep dive into the world of Vikings.
Okay. All right.
My name is Julien Laferrière, and I'm the producer of Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Sorry, Eric.
So a couple of weeks
I have to
ago,
watch
we
this.
announced Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and the reaction from the fans was just amazing. The time period of Vikings is really, really inspiring. When we did our research, we found that, they were not mindless barbarians. Vikings were actually farmers trying to find new lands for them to settle. And so they had really human motivations. So for us to have this opportunity to tell kind of the real story about Vikings and kind of separate ourselves from the myths and the folklore is really something that drove us to make this game. The team went to Norway and England to take the same roads that the Vikings did, to really experience
Wow, this
what
game
it meant
graphics
to
are
be
nuts.
a Viking at that time. And then leaving Norway, which is barren but majestic, and just coming by boat in England and see those rolling green hills full of sheep, full of life, is just this moment that most likely the Vikings felt as well. You need to see this land of opportunity. And this is exactly the feeling we want players to experience in this game. It is a personal adventure.
Show us something
It is the
new.
story of Eivor, a Viking chieftain. Eivor is either a male or a female. You decide when you start the game.
Oh shit, they're showing what the
will have
female
to
looks
leave
like there,
Norway
actually.
to
That
settle
was-
in
never
England
mind.
because you just can't live in Norway anymore. There's too much political pressure, no resources available. Obviously, in England, it's full of Anglo-Saxons and other people, and they don't really want you there. So you will have to fight your way there to kind of build your own settlement and see your clan prosper. Vikings were brutal warriors.
Shields!
And the fact that they were mastering a lot of weapons coming from the medieval times really inspired us to kind of revamp the fight system. To leverage the brutality and the intensity of Viking combat. Vikings were not only fighting face to face, they were masters of stealth and deception when needed. They used basically any sort of tactics they could use to win the battle. So we want to portray the full range of combat that you can imagine coming from the Vikings.
Like playing that. Ugh, sticky. I love it so much.
We are very happy to finally be able to show you the game we've all been working on.
Yes.
So please enjoy
Thank you.
this deep dive.
Thank
into
you.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Thank you. Alright. But it is it from in-game work in progress.
In Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you will relive the epic saga of the Viking invasion of England. You play as Eivor, a Viking from Norway, who will lead his or her battle-hardened warriors across the North Sea to the British Isles. Eivor is driven by an ambitious goal, to build a thriving Norse settlement in a hostile land.
For the good of our clan, it is time we go a Viking.
We'll raid.
Today we raid, that tomorrow we may build.
England is a dark age tangle of broken kingdoms and warring dynasties, a land of opportunity and riches. As you prowl England's rivers by longship, you may raid locations you spot from the shoreline. Ground your ship and blow your horn to lead your raiding crew into battle.
Oh my god. You can set houses on fire. Oh, she just bonked that guy's head in pretty hard.
Oh.
Your crew will assist you in all your raids, fighting enemies.
Oh my god! Did she just catch the arrow in her shield and then shoot it right back at?
Set of arms.
My god, that's so cool. What an
Whatever
awesome skill.
riches and resources you pillage
Like a quick fire
may be used
back,
to develop
like a
your
parry.
settlement, giving you access to useful services, better tools, and new settlers. At the heart of your settlement is the Alliance map.
Oh my.
It will serve as a record of the allies you have made, and a guide for future opportunities. The Viking Age was a time of warriors and legends. In Valhalla, you will find the largest variety of enemies ever assembled in an Assassin's Creed game.
I like the dual axe fighting style. Oh, right in the
Every
fucking
archetype
knee.
offers a unique challenge. Some will coordinate with their allies for special attacks, while others will use nearby objects to their advantage, including the bodies of fallen warriors.
Jesus
To face
Christ.
these attacks, you must find and exploit your
Brutal.
opponent's weaknesses to gain the upper hand.
Oh fuck, get speared.
Take the
motherfucker.
fight to your foes with a host of brutal new combat
Oh, that's awesome.
abilities.
Oh, the rope dart
Snared with the
returns.
Viking harpoon.
What the fuck was that
Pummel
beheading?
throwing
It's like
axe.
For Honor. Oh my god.
Incapacitate them with the new stun system to keep them at a distance.
Oh, you can stun them by hitting
finish them
vitals? Oh! Oh my god.
Dual wield any two weapons you wish
yes,
to unleash a
gosh.
deadly combination of attacks.
Oh my god. Flails. Oh,
Customize
nice.
your fighting style as you see fit and become a legendary Viking warrior.
Fuck. That's brutal.
All combinations of weapons are available to dual wield, including 2 shields.
Yeah, the fact you can dual wield 2 shields is nuts to me. But I'm glad they showed gameplay of what that looks like. Oh. Oh.
Not all situations call for violence.
Oh, that's
In this
so
new land,
awesome hood.
a Viking
Oh my
must
God.
find a way to adapt.
It's
As
not
Eivor is
Assassin's
not
Creed
welcome
without
in
the
England,
hood.
I'm
you
so
will need to
moist.
outsmart your enemies, avoiding unwanted
I'm glad they
attention
added blending in
towns and
back to the
bustling
games.
cities.
It hasn't been in since like Assassin's Creed 2.
Use Eivor's hood and cloak to blend with crowds, and slip past watchful eyes. An unseen hunter among the people.
I'm so glad. And you can blend in doing anything.
From capital cities and villages
Oh my
to the
God, I'm
dense
so
forests
excited.
and rolling hills of England.
Oh, it's so much
Exploration
better
is
than
vital
Odyssey.
To keeping yourself sharp. You must feed off
Off
the
the
land
bat,
if you
just
hope to
feels so
endure.
fresh.
Hunt and forage to replenish your health and fortify your equipment. Search pagan temples and Roman ruins for new activities and challenges to strengthen yourself and your settlement. The more you explore, the more of England's secrets you will reveal.
Oh my god.
Ravens, show no mercy!
But as you push deeper into England,
oh my god,
the enemy will push back.
Oh, what an
In a
awesome
series of
climbing
climactic
animation. You
moments,
start climbing as the ladder
Assassin's
goes
Creed
against the wall.
Valhalla will feature massive assaults in which you will lead Eivor's army into battle.
This feels like For
against
Honor
heavily
across the
guarded
Assassin's
Saxon
Creed.
fortresses.
And I love it.
Reclaim her. Today we fight for your land, and tomorrow we rebuild.
For East
Assassin's Creed Valhalla will transport you to wondrous.
They did say it was
lands
work in
inspired
progress
by
stuff.
Norse myths and England's
So,
pagan
man
roots.
said that the engine's not completely
It will
ready.
challenge and surprise. With unforgettable characters, thrilling triumphs, and tragic losses, giving you the chance to live your own Viking saga.
Oh my god. Look, don't make me think there's X-ray kills, because I want to see that now. Yes. Take my money. Take every penny. Between that and Watch Dogs 2, I am broke. I know where tomorrow
9th
my
century England
next
is truly
$500
unlike
I have.
anything the franchise
Pre-order
has seen
both of those.
before.
November.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla will release this holiday season on Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, Xbox One,
Nintendo Switch, no.
PS4, PC, and Stadia.
Oh.
We're close to wrapping up today, but before we go, our CEO, Yves Guillemot, is here to share a few words.
Is there anything else you
I
guys want
hope
to share
you
with
will
us?
have enjoyed what you have seen today and that you will love playing these games. I am proud of our teams for delivering an ambitious, broad, and creative lineup of games. And we haven't shown you everything yet.
Yes.
In fact, we have a lot more to come. So you will have another Ubisoft Forward to reveal even more about our upcoming games.
Ooh.
But before ending this show, we have
When?
one more thing to share with you.
We'll have to stay up with the next one. Well, it's not Splinter Cell. Is this of Gods and Monsters? I don't know. Maybe it is Far Cry. I feel like it's Far Cry 6, actually. Yeah, it's Far Cry 6. You tell by the colours. From the same from the teaser. There's a lot of smoke. Yeah, it's Far Cry 6. Oh yeah. I like this. Going back to the jungles, feeling like Far Cry 3 a little bit. Yeah, Far Cry 6. It looks hot.
I know, right?
Oh yeah, flame. Oh no, it's plant. It's weed. It's plant. It's weed growth hormone thing.
Something.
Look at this head. This is fucked. What a dictatorship. Time to tear it down. Oh look, it's the dictator. And the sun. Seems very important.
Yeah, I can say the zoomed in on the boy.
Awesome. Nice teaser. Nice teaser. Is that all we get? Oh, that's not all we get. Oh shit. That was only an intro. Is this a fucking... Oh, that's the sun. Oh. Oh.
It's beautiful, Migo. Perfect, but useless. I have something for you, Diego. Give me your hands.
It's a grenade. Why the fuck?
The grenade is simple. It has 4 basic parts. The shell, which contains the explosive, the fuse, the handle, and of course, the pin.
What are you doing?
Breathe. The pin simply holds the handle in place. It it is only when you let go that this grenade goes boom.
No.
Follow me. Now.
Oh, yeah, he's doing a good job of being a main villain. I love it already.
I am El Presidente. Which means that someday you will be El Presidente. And our people, they do not know how to be happy. They are torn apart by opinions, noise, indecision, strangled by their own freedoms. And even if you have love in your heart, even if you want what's best for them, if you only want to save them from themselves, they will hate you, Diego. Everything you say, do, believe, will be wrong.
Don't release the pin, man. The
Oh, they released the pin. It's well, don't drop it.
Oh, this is from the trailer. This is what they teased the moment. That looks great, and we know it's
They
game
will answer
engine.
you with screams. Call you evil. A monster. And give you this. So you tell me, are you evil? Are you a monster? Because our country is like this grenade, except it has two basic parts. Our people. And you must clutch them nice and tight, or we all go boom.
This is a really good fucking trailer.
It is.
Is he gonna drop the grenade?
You understand now?
I feel like he's gonna drop the grenade. Yep.
Prove it.
Oh my god, they don't tell us. Oh.
21, 18, 21. Alright, second 18th of February 2021. Wait, really? Unless they're talking about not
And
February.
with that, we're wrapping up our first Ubisoft
awesome.
Forward.
No, it is 18th of February.
Alright,
Today,
so
we've seen the next generation of Assassin's Creed, the birth of a
I guess there's
resistance
gonna
in
be
Watch
more
Dogs
later.
Legion,
As in like in the
the
next
cyber
one.
chaos of Hyperscape, and the epic reveal of Far Cry's newest installment, along with so much more.
Remember, we'll be back later this year with another Ubisoft Forward filled with tons of game news and
Quarantine
updates.
and stuff.
Thanks
I
for joining
assume.
us.
Oh well. That's okay. Oh well, we'll live. Oh fuck. That's annoying though. Oh. No lag.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Ubisoft Forward post show. My name is Yusuf McGeed, and this is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We're going to take a deep dive into about 30 minutes of gameplay, and we're joined by a very special guest here.
Hey everyone, this is Philippe Bergeron, otherwise known as Fizz. I am the quest director on Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
So
Just
Fizz, we're
through
setting
the
up here
torch
for
at
what
the
looks
front
like
of
an
the ship.
epic encounter.
Oh,
Tell
yeah.
us exactly what's going on here.
Yeah, so here we're midway through the quest that we're showing for UB Forward. Here we're looking at the assault of Berg Castle. So these are big moments that usually sort of culminate at the end of the story. And so here Avar, our Viking raider, is taking a group of raiders and Fyrds into Berg Castle to go and take down Rued and his clan.
So who exactly is Rued, and why does Eivor sort of want to pick a fight with him?
Basically, Rued comes into play about halfway through this story arc, where at the beginning of the arc, this is something that happens before, Rued basically caused a lot of turmoil within the territory, and Oswald, who's the sort of elderman to inherit this territory, needs your help to take him down. Oswald having just been defeated in a previous quest, and so here this is revenge, but also accomplishing your ultimate goal.
So Fizz, as you're talking, we're seeing some of the combat of Valhalla. Can you tell us a little bit about the changes to combat this time around?
We wanted to basically add a lot of new mechanics to it. So we added like some dual wielding for the player, like a stun system in there. And we really needed to do this to sort of portray that sort of the brutality that comes with being a Viking in this day and age. So it sort of fits into that, the time and the character.
Lots of blood.
Shakes it off a little bit.
Oswald. He lives.
Oswald lives!
Eivor, is that you? Shut your ass, twig spine.
Here, Eivor has taken her entire army through the assault, and finally it's revealed that our Elderman, our ally, Oswald, is still alive, and Rued has him captive.
So this is what it comes to, Wolfkist? Fighting over a filthy Saxon whoreson? If this swine is your prize, come and get him!
So now that we've seen that Oswald is alive, we have Rued within our sights. What's the next step here?
So the next move for Eivor is to finally face off against Rued. She has her allies, they can take care of the rest of the army. Now it's time to go one-on-one against Rued in one of our boss battles, actually.
Your battle is not yet won, Oswald.
And it's worth pointing out, actually, that here what we're showing is the player going and facing off against Rued aggressively, but we tend to always have to support a 360-degree approach in these things. So the player could have approached this a little bit more stealthy and gotten at least like a good critical hit on either Rued or his wolf, and so you can play this a little bit more strategically if that's your playstyle.
So we're not only fighting Rued here, but also his pet wolf, right?
One of my preferred strategies is to eliminate the wolf first, just focus fire on him. It takes at least one opponent out of the combat. Now Rued will have extra abilities that come into play if you do eliminate his wolf, but I think having one opponent less in the battlefield makes for a good strategy.
I'm not sure why I'm excited for more. Legion or this? Because I'm really excited for Legion. I was worried. I was worried if this combat was going to be too much like Odyssey. It seems to have a couple of improvements, but I don't know. So I'm still excited.
Thralls, not treated as equals. We are better than this, than all of them.
Do not drag me down to the sewage you wallow in.
We just had gained by tooth and nail for a Saxon. You throw in with these wastrels, these arrogant swine?
Eivor, no! He should be tried before God, a lawful assembly.
Alright, so we've defeated Rued, we've freed Oswald. What comes next?
Oswald, in this case, prefers for Rued to be kept alive, and so you basically have to choose, are you going to go against his wishes or stay true to your nature?
So we have this choice to make, but before we get into that, I want to rewind a little bit because we just did this big, grand assault, but Eivor couldn't have done it alone. She clearly had to recruit some folks along the way, get some troops, get some allies. So let's actually rewind and see how we went about first gathering those troops.
Right, so when coming up to an assault, it's a game of numbers. Eivor can go into pretty much any location and be a stealthy Viking, eliminating some of the assets, which ultimately would be a strategy. You can do that, and you'll have some of the ingredients or of the assets there that will have been sabotaged, but you still need an army. So here what we're seeing is Eivor going around the countryside and raising what we call a fyrd, which is the men and the women of the territory who come up and fight in the name of a king. So here Eivor is going around and trying to convince people to fight in the name of Oswald to finally take down the oppressor that is Rued.
Defending East Anglia, defending you. Will you not do the same?
What? Die in defense of a lost cause?
Yeah, so she's really using like the image and like the leadership that Oswald had, what he meant to the people. In his name, she's going to recruit these people.
Pretty words, Dane. But the men of Theovard have their own battles to fight.
So we're told by this Reeve that there are troops, there are allies that he could add to our cause. But first, we sort of need to do him a favor. Is that right?
Yeah, so obviously these people have been run down by Rued and the impact he's had on the territory. So I think a lot of these people have sort of lost hope. And so you need to show them that there is hope. And so here Eivor is basically helping them take back one of their prized locations by taking a couple men and raiding a nearby township, basically taking it back for the people and showing that there's a reason to continue fighting and then get them on your side. And then get them on your side.
That one of those guys just run through the fire. Balls this year.
When Eivor does this, obviously you have access to a full suite of abilities. So again, the improvements that we've done to the fight system, you have some brutal axe throwing in there. You have archery or like range combat abilities in there as well. So really, again, like depending on what your playstyle is, you can customize your loadout and go in there how you wish.
Fizz, we just saw this giant pulse go out. What exactly was that?
So that is what we call the Odin sight. The Odin sight is basically our interpretation of the eagle vision from previous games, and we thought it was good to sort of bring that back. It's basically Eivor's intuition. It's how she perceives the world. When player uses that, it'll highlight basically interactive objects, like things that will bring her an advantage. So
holy
we'll
shit,
have
that
arrows,
hurt.
like health consumables that are in there. So it really is like
just
a good
broke the
way of sort of
arm back and then just
understanding the
hammer on
world
both
and
sides of the
showing
guy's
you,
head.
like, things that you can go and touch.
Bonk.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of things we can touch, we just picked up this awesome new weapon.
It's something we wanted to play with on Assassin's Creed Valhalla, where we have fewer weapons in the game, but you can invest in them more, so they become your weapon.
Yeah,
and so depending what your preferred playstyle is or your preferred weapon type, then you can go and choose, I'm gonna fight with this weapon and invest heavily into that.
Not only are we looting weapons, but we see something here called the Book of Knowledge. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
They unlock skills for the players. So here you can see the Valkyrie dive that has just been unlocked. We have these spread out throughout the world. So again, to promote exploration and discovery, as you travel through the world and you explore locations, you can find these books that will add abilities that you can go and invest in, put into your loadout, then go into the different locations or the different quests in the game and use those depending on what your playstyle is.
Now we've recaptured this village, we've secured more troops for our assault. Let's jump back now and figure out what we want to do with Rued.
The rightful king of East Anglia has spared your life today, and so it will be.
Eat a dick, bitch.
Compassion is a virtue suited for anyone, Eivor, including you. Thank you.
Eivor decided to let him live. Rued is really angry about that. Being a Norse Viking, being put to the death in battle is your road to Valhalla, so he was basically denied access to Valhalla in this situation. Obviously, all of these decisions come into play later on in the game, so we have very difficult decisions for the player to make. We didn't want to have easy decisions.
Yeah, you know, when I was playing, I decided to listen to Oswald and spare Rued's life. but what exactly is the relationship like between Eivor and Oswald?
So the relationship between Eivor and Oswald is an alliance. It's basically Eivor is surrounded by territories that initially getting into England are hostile towards her, and obviously if you want to set up a new settlement, you want to make sure that your neighbor is friendly. So here in East Anglia, Oswald is the man for the job, where putting him into a position of power would help her sort of secure her territory. So earlier on to the territory, Eivor comes in here, meets Oswald. The problems he had with Rued are sort of put to light, and going through the arc, you basically help him deal with Rued and aligning basically Danes with Saxons in one territory.
So, Fizz, we've completed the assault. We've gotten our hands dirty with some combat, taken down Rued. We have this big open region of East Anglia, so before we head off to Oswald's wedding, what do you say we head out, have some fun, and see what we can get into in the open world?
That sounds great.
So we see a cat here with a speech bubble above it, and you best believe if you let me talk to a cat, I'm gonna talk to a cat.
Yeah, these are some of our some of my favorite moments actually in the game, where we put out a whole bunch of events throughout the territory. And it sort of rewards, again, exploration, going around. It's a chance for us also to sort of showcase a different side of Eivor. A lot of the quests sort of deal more with like politics and warfare, and this shows a slightly more human nature to her. So it permits us to explore that character a little bit more. And so here, basically, like you're trying to help a kid with his cat, and ultimately get that cat to sort of join your crew as a cat raider.
You just said cat raider way too casually. You're telling me I could have a cat Viking raider on my longship?
That's exactly what I'm telling you.
Oh my god, yes, I love it. Perfect.
What if like a stray arrow hits it though?
As you're riding around,
you gotta shield the cat.
The rivers of England, you would see a cat basically walking around your longship, keeping your Viking raiders company.
You know, speaking of the Viking longship, we're seeing some of that gameplay here now. Can you talk a little bit about how that works and functions in Valhalla?
Yeah, so starting out on this project, I think the Viking longship is one of the biggest images that we all have when we think about Vikings in our game. And so Vikings had this awesome design for longship that had a very shallow hull, so it permitted them to go very far inland very quickly, and you could basically disembark Viking raiders like on pretty much any shore. We added that into the game, where you can basically sail up to any location and then just decide to disembark with your guys and raid a location, loot all its treasure, get back on the ship, and then continue sailing down the river to your next opportunity.
So I know past Assassin's Creed games allowed for songs and things like that to be sung on ships. Will Valhalla have a similar version of that?
Yeah, so this is something we actually wanted the crew of your ship to become like your home away from home. So we added stories and songs into the ship. So basically, as the player is going around, you could decide to have your skald sort of sing a song for you as you row down the river. But you can also decide, depending on who the raiders are in your ship, to hear more about their life. So you can actually queue up stories, and they'll give you a little bit more background on who they are. So you get to know your sort of fighters as you're traveling around the world, which is a cool moment.
So here we're seeing a bit of a different view. What exactly are we looking at?
We had this on previous Assassins, where you would like ride on your horse, and you could pull out, have the horse sort of follow the track. We have a similar thing for the ship, where you can put up your sails. It's cruise control for the ship, so you can pull back, take in the scenery, listen to some songs or some stories, and just take it all in.
I love that.
So, you know, speaking of Viking songs, we have an activity here that's not exactly singing, but kind of related, right?
Yeah, so here what we have is what we call flighting, which was an activity that Norse people would partake in. They would like to have a battle of wits and sort of poetry, where insults would be thrown back and forth between each other. The idea was to try and have a good insult, but also to have a good rhythm and a good rhyme in there. So it's basically a precursor to rap battles.
Here's the silver. Now begin.
To all those whom I speak, they say Eivor's a clod.
Then you're speaking to fools and their knowledge is flawed.
Well...
How exactly do you go about being successful in one of these?
The trick behind a good flight was to choose the right insult, identifying the right cadence, and then trying to find what rhymed the best.
I'm known for my might.
Oh yeah, I'm great at this.
Interesting. Silent whispers all claim that you're terribly dense.
Then you've clearly misheard them. My wit is immense.
Her lips didn't move at that.
Well,
okay.
what a surprise! Eivor of the Raven Clan is a true talent. I'm shocked.
Don't believe everything you hear, unless it touches on my flighting. Then heed every word.
Take the coin.
So now that we've proven our sharp tongue and wit, I think it's time for a bit more relaxing activity. So we're fishing here.
Yeah, that's it. So we gave Eivor a fishing line, so you can actually throw out a line and go catch some fish. This is used basically to play into our new health loop, where the player will lose health in the world, and it doesn't automatically regenerate like we would have in the past. So you actually have to go out and get some supplies. So you'll find mushrooms and some food that you can gather. But here, like you can also catch some fish and consume that to regain some health. We also will sometimes have it in certain quests. So it's a good way to sort of chill out on the side of the water and just again take it all in. So this is what we call one of our offering altars. So the idea is that you find these around the world and you make offerings to it. So it'll take like animal parts and stuff that you can find throughout the world. Here what you're seeing though is sort of like a fancy version of it, where as you do your offering you get interrupted by some kids that basically come and steal your stuff. So it was just a way for us to sort of showcase that like the systems and the activities in the world can sort of play in with some quests and some little events. So it's our way to sort of dress up these moments and make it all fit inside the whole experience.
Yeah, this seemed like a really sort of unexpected turn for what I thought was going to be kind of a simple interaction.
Yeah, and it's really what we were trying to do with these events is to give another dimension to Eivor, other than just, you know, the pure rar Viking or the politician. Because you can imagine at some point that will grow old if you're always telling that version of the character. So it lets us really go into the depth of who is Eivor, what motivates her, how she can interact with the world outside of warfare and politics.
Your stealth needs work.
We were close.
And it also showcases like a different facet of the world at the same time. It's not only Eivor. So it just widens the breadth of the stories that we can tell.
So who exactly are these two children?
These are kids of East Anglia. They are going through tough times with whatever Rued's been doing to the territory. And so they're just here trying to survive and basically exploit the people that are there to make offerings.
It was kind of nice to see that Eivor wasn't really necessarily upset at them for stealing, and you know, after you talk to them, you have the choice of helping them. You can, you know, give them food, give them some money, or you know, maybe just say, "Hey, good luck, on your way."
Yeah, and then this is something we also wanted to do a lot. Like, so here we're doing an event, we do it in quests as well, but we want to give a lot of this agency into players' hands so that they can sort of shape Eivor a little bit. Who she is, so it represents them a little bit more, and they can roleplay that a little bit better. And again, it just gives her like a little bit more humanity in these moments.
What large walkers should do. Provide for small walkers.
Zombies. No.
Here, large walker.
A necklace?
Yes, it's a St. Martin seal. You're welcome here anytime, large walker. You're one of us now. Visit us, okay?
I will. Take care now, small green walkers.
That's the weirdest phrase ever. Let's look, how's parkour
so I think
doing?
AC veterans might recognize this here, but what exactly is Eivor chasing down?
Yeah, so here you're seeing Eivor running down one of our tattoo images. So this is challenging the player on free run abilities. but also for fans of the series, sort of pulling at their heartstrings for some beloved features.
So are we going to be able to tattoo Eivor?
Yes, by collecting these tattoos, you actually bring them back to your settlement, and then you can customize different body parts, having different tattoos everywhere. So again, another form of
At least
expression,
there's like a
and it's sort of to represent that
reward
Viking
for
culture.
hunting down the damn shit, right?
Fizz, one of my favorite things when I was just out there exploring East Anglia was coming upon a house or a building and realizing that there was a chest inside, but that there was no easy way in. And in this case, I saw all the doors were barred, but I knew that because there was a chest in there, there must have been some way to get inside. So I went around the back and, found a way in.
Yeah, I'm glad you actually caught on to that. You're pointing at something that we wanted to work on a lot on Valhalla, where we wanted the exploration to make you feel smarter. So we played a lot with puzzle solving, so making sure that every house that you find sort of appeals to you, like it draws your attention, and then when you want to come and explore, it's not given to you. You still have to work for it a little bit, so it'll challenge you on your observation skills, logic, just trying to find how do I get into this. So we play a lot with level design, quest design, to offer challenges to players, and you basically come out of it like with a better feeling for the exploration, but you also get to see more of a story behind any of these locations which we've crafted. So it gave us a little bit more time to sort of slow down the experience and tell a different version of a story.
A poor victim of someone's fury.
Yeah, I mean, speaking about exploration and just finding things out in the world, I was just wandering and came across this clearing and found this kind of morbid altar.
Yeah, so this is one of our bigger events that we have scattered in the world. So as Eivor explores, she can find altars like this, and by interacting with them, here it's a trap that's been set by this character named Regan. Now, there's a bigger story behind all this. There's multiple steps to it later on. So this is one of the moments. It permits us to go into a slightly more mystical realm and play with a boss fight that has more magical abilities, if we will. And basically have this awesome boss fight in the middle of the swamps. And so here the abilities that you see Reagan using are a little bit on the mystical side of things. What's happening is Eivor at the beginning in that trap is poison, and so she starts sort of hallucinating, seeing the world in a sort of different light and filter. And so that's sort of what lets us go into the realm of the weird.
My rage, spirit of my father's rage, fill me!
Cracking and punching. Arrest your demons.
So we just saw here that Regan belongs to something called the Daughters of Lyria.
Yeah, that's correct. By finding the other daughters, you'll get a little bit more backstory on who they are, so we don't want to spoil that too much. But it creates like a sort of greater story that is not on the main path in any way, but it is still very rich and adds to the lore of this world and actually plays into history.
So we just had a really exciting, really intense boss battle. I think it's time for something a little bit more relaxing and calming now.
Yeah, it's all about pacing yourself with the highs and the lows. So here we have a low chill moment of what we call building a cairn. So Eivor, as she explores the world, will find these sort of meditative areas where you have a pile of rocks that you could just stack on on top of another using physics. And I mean, yeah, the ultimate goal is to try and get the highest pile of rocks, but really it's about taking in the sights, relaxing, taking a step back, and just building something.
Together we stack stones into cairns.
These?
Yes. Think of this as a test of mind and wit. Stack the cairn stones high and wide into any shape you like.
I mean, you can spend as much time as you want building these things, making them as high as you want, as
This
weird
is
as you
game
want.
quality that
And
I
I'm
was
sure like a
expecting.
lot of these stuff will end up on the internet, like people comparing structures. And the cool thing is that once you've built it and you decide to get out of it, it sort of stays there, and so that's yours, right? And until the moment where you come back and you want to build a new one, it's sort of cool that we were able to give that to players to express themselves.
At this point in the demo, we've explored East Anglia, we've met some children, we've broken into a house, we've fought a boss, we've built a cairn. I think now it's finally time to go and head off to Oswald's wedding.
Yeah, so this is the moment it's all been building up to. By the moment you get into the territory, it's sort of like mentioned by Oswald that he's trying to get married with his Dane lady. And so as you go through the arc, that's sort of like the underlying thread. Really, it's about Rued creating turmoil in the territory and helping Oswald sort of get above that and show that he's a good leader. And so you finally, after going through all of that arc, finally get these two together, go through their wedding, and you're invited to attend the ceremony. And then all the activities and fun times that comes afterwards.
Yeah, as much as we've seen the brutal side of England, it's nice to see the joyous side of it as well.
Yeah, and it's something we really wanted to play on in Valhalla, where being a Viking is not only about being a raider or warrior. I mean, there's revelry, there's feasting, there's partying that goes, and like if someone knows how to party, it's a Viking. And so here, this is one of our opportunities to sort of show that.
Yeah,
show
social
what
drinking.
a sort of Viking gathering is. And what's cool here is it's a good alliance of Norse culture with Saxon culture, sort of smashing those two things together and building bridges.
Yeah, I mean, what's a wedding without some drunk archery, right?
Yeah, so like, anything can happen in a Viking event, right? Eivor, yeah, here, you just get drunk, shoot some arrows.
Barely a challenge.
Steady all, and ready yourself for the wedding race. The king and his bride against all.
My king. He.
So here we see the decision I made to spare Rued came back to bite us.
Yep, that's the decision you made coming back. So as we said before, all of your decisions have consequences, and this is a big one.
I challenge you.
I accept.
You're basically presented with the option to sort of step in for Oswald, fight the fight for him, or let him go and fight his own fight.
Yeah, personally, I chose to fight myself because I thought Eivor is the type of person who likes to finish what she started.
Plank by plank, and a dead king cannot keep his oaths. Let me finish this.
Oswald, you gutless Arya swine! I'll slay the wolf-kissed, then hang you with your own
I
tongue.
think Wolf-Kissed is a cool ass name.
How does this encounter with Rued differ from our previous fight with him?
So at this point, you've eliminated his wolf, so it's just him. And so he's angry at this point, and so he will start using his big gun abilities like fairly earlier on in the fight. So it's way more vicious, way faster. There's less strategy. He goes literally swords blazing at you. And so this is a fight to the death.
So low.
And of course here, like, this is a decision you made to go and fight him, but there's multiple outcomes to this scenario. You could have let Oswald fight his own fight and prove basically his station as the rightful leader. If you had eliminated Rued, obviously this would not have happened. It would have been a slightly more joyous occasion. But ultimately, in all scenarios, you still have an alliance with Oswald. He's proven to be the right leader for this territory and to be a good ally for you.
Anglia a great service. I promised you an alliance, and now you have it.
And one day I will need you to make good on that alliance.
So we're about to take off from the wedding, but Eivor decides it's a good idea to check up on her friend Finner.
Yeah, so Finner is probably one of the more recurring characters in this arc. You get to meet him very early on. He's a very endearing character, sort of used to have a Viking life, sort of misses it, and going through all these adventures together is sort of like lights that fire back, and so he's willing to join you in your raiders. So he's one of many raiders that you'll encounter in the game, and you can sort of recruit, bring back home, and then have them sort of join you on your adventures on Longship. He can tell you these stories that we're telling you about. You get to know a little bit more about him. So again, it's a fun way to sort of discover more about these characters that you meet and bring him along for adventures.
Together. I'll gather my things.
Well, folks, we've come to the end of our Assassin's Creed Valhalla playthrough. Fizz, thank you so much for joining us. When and where can people play it?
Assassin's Creed Valhalla will be out on Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, and is coming to Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PC, and Stadia on November 17th.
That was sudden. Alright, I think that's about it from us, right?